In today's video, we'll show how Flexera's SaaS management module helps organizations reduce Microsoft 365 spend by identifying unused or underutilized licenses, subscriptions, and right-sizing the users to the correct subscription tier. This helps reduce waste, improve compliance, and ensures IT teams maximize the value of their investments. In Flexera, we believe in having multiple discovery methods when it comes to SaaS. This includes using the API to pull in subscription data, combining that with agent usage, browser extension activity, CASB, and SSO. And for this video, we're going to assume that these discovery methods have been set up previously, so we won't go in detail on that. Please refer to the documentation on how to set these different discovery methods in your environment. Let's look at how the data will be presented once we have the different discovery methods configured. Coming over here to the SaaS dashboard, we're going to be able to see all the subscriptions, all the applications, and all the users we have in the environment. We're going to focus mainly on Microsoft, so let's come over here and click on subscription types. We're going to have an overview of all the subscriptions purchased, unassigned, assigned, over-assigned, and activity among those that are actually assigned. Let's look at Microsoft here. And as we click in, we can see the different subscriptions that we have pulled in, the family, the vendor, the discovery sources, and the amounts of subscriptions purchased, activity, inactivity, no activity, assigned, unassigned, not monitored, utilization percentages, and usage. If we click into the subscription itself, we can see we pulled in a total of 44. We can see a nice pie chart here which shows assignment, unassignment, and overassignment. And importantly, by combining browser activity, agent activity, CASB, and SSO activity, we have a very accurate picture of what people are actually using. We want to focus on active or inactive here because this represents cost savings or potential overspend. Like we saw on the previous screen, we can see all the subscriptions we have pulled in from the API. But let's focus on 365 E5. That tends to be the largest spend for a lot of Microsoft contracts. Here we can see the total number of subscriptions purchased, total running cost, and monthly potential savings. How this monthly potential savings is derived by looking at the insights below. Because we are looking at activity across different metrics, including the agent activity of your laptops and desktops, and browser activity as well, we can tell with great accuracy to what extent users are using their subscriptions. In some cases, users might be given an E5, but only using it to an E3 potential. Hence, they could be downgraded, and there's potential savings there. Clicking on this button will then reflect these users here. Or in some extreme cases, users could potentially be downgraded from an E5 all the way down to an E1 because the browser activity is showing that they are only using these applications of a web browser instead of the locally installed versions. Other avenues of optimizing Microsoft costs would be looking at subscriptions that have been purchased but not assigned to users, and not visible here would be subscriptions that are assigned but have not been used for prolonged periods. That period of inactivity can be set within the platform. Another way to look at driving Microsoft savings would be to click on the specific users and looking at the individual subscriptions they have been assigned. In this case, this user has a total of 67 different subscriptions. Let's see how many Microsoft ones they have. This user is a good example because they have received multiple 365 subscriptions on E5 and E3, or Office 365 E1s and E3s, and even Power BI and Microsoft Visio plans here. This is a classic case of a user being over-assigned subscriptions and represents massive cost savings when it comes to renewal time. Clicking into the individual subscriptions will give you different recommendations as well. So do remember to come in here frequently to check the data. Now coming back to subscriptions, after the discovery of all the subscriptions and activity has been included, it is important to add in the cost assigned for each of these subscriptions so you get an accurate picture of how much potential savings could be achieved. Once we have technology usage, combining it with business data, including your subscription costs and the periods, we will then be able to flag up whether there's potential savings, either from inactivity, activity, or an assignment. Having a platform like this expands its use beyond just Microsoft and to any of your potentially big spend vendors, Adobe, Salesforce, SAP, and the multitude of others which are gradually creeping up in price. We hope this video has been helpful to show how Flexera SaaS management helps organizations manage their Office and Microsoft 365 spend. Thank you.